So yeah, Disney Renaissance. Excuse me. The Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules.
My question is,
Mulan, Tarzan.
why are movies not like that anymore?
Well,
There's
that's we'll talk about that, but we're gonna review all these movies.
All of them.
Yes, we're gonna review all of them. If you've seen all of them, I know you have.
Don't stop me now.
Good song. Little Mermaid. First off, we had that here, and but rarely watch it. All right, okay, we never watch it. Yeah, it's over there, bro. But yeah, man. First off, I love that little. We have a special edition, I think. And
one thing I'm gonna say about that movie, I want to get all the racist stuff out of the way. The crab.
Ha! Ha!
To me, he was just the most racist. Well, okay, he maybe the way they drew him to me was just
he looked like some. Remember off of whatchamacallit, Get Him to the Greek, when they say he was like, it's like I'm just the guy who sits in the background like with the African face on, like with they have with the smiling face on. Yeah, he looks like one of those types of guys. You know what I'm saying?
The thing. Why are his lips so big?
I don't know.
He's an effing crab. I know he's supposed to be cartoony, but why does he have giant lips? He's supposed to draw enough lip that he can look like a humanoid kind of thing that we can watch,
but not like some Eddie Murphy,
some big old.
he looks like Jimmy Walker from Good Times.
Yeah.
J.J. Evans.
He looks like
the cartoon.
I don't know. He looks like something. He looks like he should be picking cotton at the bottom of the sea.
This movie. Well, no, we're still reviewing this movie, Little Mermaid.
I vaguely remember Little Mermaid, but I do remember her singing at the bottom of that. She had like this place with all the stuff that she collected.
Yeah.
All this like junk, like toilet seats and stuff. No, not toilet seats. But a bunch of junk that she collected from the surface, and you know, she wanted to be a part of the actual world, you know, a part of their world, you know? Like the song says, and it's actually it's a really good movie because does she end up becoming human at the end?
Yeah, she becomes human.
And it's not one of those movies, I guess, about if you want to criticize it for, you know, because you have to learn to be yourself. And I guess if you want to criticize it, you'd say that at the end they kind of gave her a way out by
that's what I thought was kind of crazy.
You're supposed to learn the lesson that you're supposed to value yourself. You know, however you were born. Yeah. But in the end, she just gets like that's not how real life works. You know what I'm saying? If you were born with a tail or some type of deficiency, and you know, you're supposed to accept yourself, no matter what you look like and how you are. But I mean, it's a good movie nonetheless.
I know that's right. But
it's and it's a good movie nonetheless. But I enjoyed it. It's that great. I guess what makes it a Renaissance movie is it has that great Disney formula of the '90s that they got into.
The '80s, '90s, and they like making movies like the Renaissance is basically like making the actual like meaning of Renaissance is like it was like an old thing back like the 1500s.
And also,
well, you were gonna go.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it's like a thing back like the 1600s where they're drawing like they're painting pictures. You know, the Renaissance artists like Leonardo da Vinci, you know, Donatello, you know. Well, you can know that by knowing the TMNT guys because they're the Renaissance artists. But you know, I guess like painting pictures based on religious stuff, and you know, like the Jesus and the Mona Lisa and stuff like that.
Also,
so
what about? No, never mind. I'm not going to say anything I don't know anything about. I'm not going to.
No, just ask.
Sound like an idiot here.
You can ask.
What about that one thing? The one that painted the
on the ceiling,
the chapel or whatever it was.
that was.
Was that Renaissance too?
I think it was. Okay. We were learning about it in history, but
somebody with a finger up somebody's something. But anyway, no, I'm kidding.
But Disney.
I also want to say let me just say really quick.
All right.
And I know we're probably going to get to this one. I just have to say what's in my head because I know I'll lose it.
Wait. What movie is it?
Jungle Book.
Okay.
Which is one of my favorite movies of Disney because.
Does it have to do with Tarzan?
No.
Or is it a coincidence?
It's just a coincidence.
Okay.
What do you mean does it have to do with Tarzan?
Because I thought we were gonna compare Tarzan in some way.
No, I'm not gonna compare it to Tarzan at all. What I like about
why does he meet a bear and these guys hanging around some dirty apes?
What I like about the Jungle Book is it's very almost a little realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this kid is running into dangers. I'm talking about real dangers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that snake in the movie is almost like the snake that told Eve to bite the apple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's that kind of evil. Shere Khan is scary.
Mm-hmm.
He really wants to eat this kid. You know, Baloo is a protector, and he's as big, and his voice is just, you know, he's everything you think a bear would be.
Mm-hmm.
A lovable bear, anyway. And I mean, it's such a great story, and there's a lot of
Bagheera is like the person of wisdom, like the person. Bagheera, the panther dude.
Yeah.
He like watches over like a Mowgli.
Exactly, I remember him. And also the monkey. Who was the monkey? Was he a king or something?
I think he was a panther. He was the monkey.
But he wanted to be human, right?
Yeah.
I want to be like you. Ooh, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that movie, the music, the animation, it looked like a painting.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in a while, and I know that I can go completely back to it and just like watch it and melt into it like it was just yesterday. That's a classic, timeless.
First, I'm never getting on subject with these Renaissance movies, but one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, you know, it's the Lion King. But I also love, I love back with like the older movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's great.
I love it.
Pinocchio's another one that also has a realism about, you know, being molested and at a young... no. You can be molested whatever you are. No. Pinocchio, no, I love Pinocchio because it had that realism and kind of a seriousness to it.
Uh-huh.
Even though it was kind of dealt with fairy godmothers and magical crickets and, you know...
well, yeah, I mean, like you said with Little Mermaid, it's like, oh, dude, except to you, in the end he turned to a real boy. But I mean, that
was different, though.
That was because you want him to.
You want him to turn to a boy, you know... He can't be a doll and walking around like that.
Yeah, come on.
Even though we're living in a world talking crickets and talking foxes, and you know,
and they all think that he's actually a real boy. When you talk to them, those kids are just like, "Oh yeah, we can cuss all we want. You know? We can, you know, you know what he said, a donkey."
But you know what? And Pinocchio, if he wasn't a real boy, he'd just be trapped in this doll's body, and he can't be real. He wants to be real so he can love and, you know, be like a son to this man. He wants to grow up and be, and to that's a different thing, you know. And also, man, Disney is good. And 101 Dalmatians.
Wait, before we go to that, Ariel, but she wasn't a doll though. She was a person who could grow up. She can grow up and she can interact.
And that goes without saying. That's what I was just, you know, hinting at was that.
And she's cool. She can breathe underwater in the air. Who does that every day?
Seriously, you know.
So she's not. She is human. She's half naked. What do you expect?
Where's the blowhole? Who knows? But this is what I'm getting at here. You know, and I understand her wanting. You know, it's kind of not different from Pinocchio because I understand her wanting to be human and not be trapped underwater for the rest of her life. You know, she wants to explore the world, and you can't do that from under the water.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that with no legs. Well, yes, you can. You know, there's wheelchairs and stuff, but you can't do that. You can't do that from underneath the water. It was almost like a prison she felt like she was trapped in. She felt like she was bigger than that. And a lot of us have felt like we're bigger than where we are, you know? So I guess from different standpoints you can feel different ways. But I love the movie the way it is, honestly. And because you do feel for her and you want her to get out and to explore the world, you know? But what else were we?
101
Dalmatians is another good one. I love the way it was animated. Beautiful animation. Just beautiful. I mean, and this is another point that I'm bring up because.
But make this sort of quick because we have to get back to the Renaissance.
Oh, okay. Last time I was talking about how why does everything have to be in CGI? You know, it's just like different animations is like different flavors. You know, just like different foods and different pictures. Sometimes you paint, sometimes you draw, sometimes you use pastels, sometimes you don't. You know, that's the way animation should be. They should make some movies, figure it out, and say, should this movie be drawn or should it be CGI?
But now that
what would it look better in?
We're living in like a not generation because well, I guess you could say my generation. Well, nah. We're living in like a period of time where like people are just like saying like, oh yeah, oh my God, we've been using CGI for years. Why stop now? We might as well just keep doing. I mean, I like CGI. It's just like you have to like limit it. You know what I'm saying? Because like when it comes to like certain movies that I thought Rapunzel should have been 2D. I mean, it looked 2D. The characters acted 2D. I mean, you can't really act 2D, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it could have been 2D, and it wouldn't have changed the thing because, you know, how much the characters, I mean, and how much, you know, like, what's going on in the movie.
Rapunzel could have been 2D. It could have been 2D. But I liked it in, you know, I liked the CGI the way it was. I'm trying to think of certain movies that, you know, because when I saw Ponyo and how well done, and to me, there's something about Ponyo that's so, the animation is so good, but it's not incredibly detailed for some reason.
Well, that isn't really an explanation, but I mean,
because if you go back and you look at Howl's Moving Castle, that animation was incredible. It was it was very detailed. You go to Spirited Away, that animation was good. I think Howl's Moving Castle is the top of all the animation that Miyazaki's ever done.
First off, I love Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle.
That might be my favorite Miyazaki.
Love Christian Bale. Love Billy Crystal. But you know, that was really one of my favorites, I guess. I mean, you know, I don't know where Pine go on that list. I want to say 2, but then again, they're Spirited Away. And then I want to say 3, but I haven't seen Princess Mononoke. So
which is a good one.
You've seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. It's a great movie. I mean, that might be one of probably my top 5 animations of all time. Animated movies, because it deals with a very serious story about the earth, and I mean, it's so imaginative. When I look at Miyazaki's movies, sometimes I think, did he get that from a book, or you know, Howl's Moving Castle he got from
a book?
But that was kind of.
He made it his own, though.
He made it his own.
I didn't know it was a book.
All his movies, like they are completely. This guy could write books. He could write fictional. You know, science fiction or you know.
And Miyazaki, I don't know if it's exactly what like because when they translate the stuff so that actors can read, I don't know if it's actually the exact same thing. But if it is, that dude can write. Regardless, he can write because you know how they're where they're going and you know what they're doing and stuff. But you know when it comes to like the dialogue and stuff, he can write. He knows what he's doing.
And well, let's get back to the Renaissance.
Please.
So we can,
because we've been talking about that for at least like 15 minutes. Well, not 15 minutes, but you know, whatever. So, all right. So,
what's next?
Little Mermaid, we already did that. Rescuers Down Under.
Okay, Rescuers from Down Under. Another movie I vaguely remember because I do remember seeing it when I was very young.
Me too.
But I do like the movie.
I like kind of talk kind of do the. Well, I'll well, I need somebody to help me out with this.
I mean, it's gonna take 3 minutes.
Okay, you better do that sandwich. Okay. Rescuers Down Under was. Rescuers Down Under was pretty. It wasn't a bad movie. Like VJC, I rarely remember it. Vaguely, forgive me. But then again, rarely too. It pretty much was like about like this kid who had this he got all this huge eagle. This eagle, I tell you, man, this eagle, I don't know what it was. It was like a golden eagle. It wasn't a golden eagle, but it was like some sort of like a, I think it was golden, whatever. So this kid sort of sees this eagle, and he flies on this eagle, and this eagle is freaking huge. It's like bigger than your average, It's bigger than Big Bird, I'll tell you that. But it's bigger than your average bird. This thing is like the size of like, I'm in my basement right now, and it's at least the like the wingspan is at least the whole width of this basement. You come down and you're in the direction I'm in. This basement is huge, and it's at least like the width of the wingspan. And I mean each wing. I mean each wing. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. But then again, it is, isn't it? So this kid flies on this bird, and he gets caught flying on the bird. And no, the bird gets caught in some sort of contraption, and it's like a booby trap. And the little kid sees this. He's like a poacher, I guess you could call it, or like a bird hunter, I guess. And he sees the kid. Takes the kid, he kidnaps the kid, and that's when the rescuers come in. And they happen to be down under in Australia. So, yeah, they come in and they have to save this kid, and they go on their obstacle, So, I guess you could say it was like a sequel to the first Rescuer or something. But, I liked it. I hated... Because when I first saw the movie, I saw it on mute. And because I was in my friend's house, and, they had the movie on mute, and I saw, like, bits and pieces of the beginning of the movie. And I saw the size of that bird. I said, that's insanely crazy. And, I saw the part where the poacher was looking at the kid and looking at him and stuff, and, how the kid was like, I'm going to tell somebody. So, and I saw him taking a minute. Kidnapping him. I said, "Oh my God, this guy's just crazy." I mean, because you look at the dude, and he's like some sort of middle-aged looking creepy guy, and he takes his kid, and friggin' kidnaps him out of nowhere. But it wasn't really nowhere. So I don't know, but I liked it. If I had a choice of stars to give, I'd give it at least 3. Because I felt that they could have showed more of they should have went deeper into the what's his name, into the villain's character. Yeah. So I guess VizzyJizzyChizzy has the floor. Dude, I think we're gonna eat chicken. They're gonna eat chicken.
I'll be there too.
You are greedy. Alright, so V JC. You're gonna you're so into that, yeah, you're like but Rescuers Down Under.
Huh?
Rescuers Down Under, bro.
Oh. It's a good movie. What I like about it, it's a little bit of a more interesting story than, say, a love story between two monkeys or
Except it's a love story between two mice, but not really so much a love story, I guess you could say.
I like interesting stories. You know, just like I was saying about Ratatouille the other day, about how of all the things that an animal can't do in a Disney movie, this one can't cook, and that's what his problem is. You know, that's unique to me. Rescues Down Under, from Down Under, it was a different story. It was almost one of those Fightful Goes West kind of things. I like that kind of stuff. I like those adventure, Secret of Nim type stuff. I like those real kind of, you're taking, it's an adventure. It's a real adventure story, and it's meaningful. You know, it's real meaningful. I was gonna say it's not like Rio, but I haven't seen Rio, so I'm not gonna say that.
But remember the size of you see the size of that bird in that movie. Like, remember that bird? Like the bird, like
a hawk or something, right?
It was the eagle. The wits, the
I don't even remember what the movie was freaking about. I remember what it looks like and what. I literally remember what it looks like. I remember what they were doing in it, but I don't remember what it was about at all. Who were they rescuing?
They're rescuing this little boy. He went on this this huge bird. He met this bird, and you know it's like a motherly type bird. I don't know, but then this bird gets caught by this poacher who's a creepy looking guy, and takes the kid and kidnaps him. And the rescuers come in, and that's where they are supposed to save the kid. But if you don't remember it that much, let's move on.
You know, this is what I will say about the movie. I do remember it being different than.
Oh yeah.
You know, it wasn't the same formula of all the Disney movies. There was no singing and stuff in here.
Oh, what? Well, no, there was. But I don't know why it was in like this sort of list. I mean, because you might as well put it in. But
it's different. It's definitely different from all the other Renaissance movies. But,
well, yeah. Okay, there you go.
And I will say, and I just want to say this, look, I will say that it's just like when you're watching TV and you're skipping through the channels, or you're watching movies and you're skipping through the movie channels, and you're seeing different movies that you've never seen before, but as soon as they say something about, oh, but I love him, or I'm gonna kill you now, or you turn it. Because it's the same, you see it all the time. It's the same stuff you keep seeing over and over again. But as soon as you see something that says, "Don't close the watch, or it'll stop time forever," or something dumb like that, you start watching it because you're like, "Oh, what's going on here? What's going to happen?" And you're automatically interested in it more.
And God, I hate. You know what? I just hate that whenever I do, and not only because the movies that are extended over and over again, but movies that make me want to watch. I mean, I like it, but when it comes to movies because I remember that one time you were watching. I'm sorry, we're getting off subject.
Boy, you
stupid. Boy, you stupid.
Boy, you stupid. All my music make dogs the roof.
But you were watching Field of Dreams. I think you recorded it for some reason.
That's another one. Interesting story.
Great story. Mm-hmm. Not something you hear it's not your everyday baseball.
Not at all.
And
not any day. You don't hear any stories like that.
And really. And you turned it on, and I looked at it. I was happening here. I haven't seen the part where they were at the place where all people were at. And that one chick was like, your husband is a farmer who turned his farm into a baseball field. And I was like, I turned my head a little bit. And then I saw what's her name from Uncle Buck.
I don't know.
What's her name from Uncle Buck?
Is it Lebowski or something?
I think it was Lebowski.
Lebowski
yeah. Whatever. We'll just call her Chick from Uncle Buck. Mm-hmm. And she was in there, and doing her little thing, and I saw it. And I saw Kevin Costner in it, who I love, and you know why, and I love Dances with Wolves, and you know, I saw him in there and, you know, doing his thing, and they happened to have the same dream, and I saw the part where it said, I had the same dream. So he goes and meets up with James Earl Jones, and I love the part where he goes in his house, and I always go to that part whenever I go to that movie. I always go to that part, and you know, he goes and, you know, we'll talk about that later. But
yeah,
because we are getting on subject.
Getting on subject.
But Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, another good one. You know, I just think of Confused Matthew whenever I think about this movie for some reason, just because.
Because the Lion King.
Because he's always talking about Gaston and.
Oh yeah, how he's talking about himself. How he's always talking about.
He's always referencing that, and but this is, you know.
Well, because Gaston is your idea of bad guy you love to hate. Because I hate it.
Gaston is, you know, and he's the bad guy you love. He is, but I guess he's almost that kind of perfect image of a douche.
Really?
He's a perfect image of the good-looking guy who has the girl, and he's just the ultimate douchebag. Like, and he's unapologetically so. You know, he's into himself, just like, let's see, Bradley Cooper was on The Wedding Crashers, or, you know, or a guy from any kind of comedy. I like that about the Beauty and the Beast. You know, basically took the comedy route and made him into a complete a-hole.
Oh, really?
You know, and but to me, whenever I saw his parts, I really didn't care for seeing him. Like, I didn't really care for his character. You know, he wasn't really funny to me. He was kind of, you know, I wasn't really jumping over. You know, I don't talk about Gaston. I don't think about him when I see that movie.
I mean, he is your automatic douchebag. Like, you see him in, like, singing songs like, "Here in town there's only she who's as beautiful as me." You know, like referencing, like, always, like, talking about his. He actually had a whole song. He actually had a number in the movie about himself.
But I do like that. I did like that number about, and all the girls talking about the song.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. But every time I seen him, it was like seeing a bad song, so I didn't really care for it. I kind of just like, you know,
like every license of me is covered in hair. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
But I do appreciate his character in there, and I don't like his little henchman, or, you know, that little ugly dude that's always hanging around him.
Oh, what's his name?
Like,
whatever. Yeah.
But I do love all. We're not gonna make this about Gaston. I do pretty much. I love. I like the whole movie. It's a great movie.
One thing I love the story. It's a Tales of its time. I mean, it was about a chick meets the Beast, and the Beast is, in the old stories, he was a nice guy. You know, the Beast is actually a nice guy in the old stories, because, you know, he was trying his best to get that spell off him. But in here, he's just a dude with a horrible temper.
But
and
the Beast used to be like a Gaston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he used to be the latest guy. He used to be the douche that was treating everybody, you know, and that's why this woman. And you can't just say, oh, well, you know, the slave did a good thing for him, because you feel really sorry for him as the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want him to lift that spell somehow, but you're thinking, how is anybody ever going to fall in love with this? He's worse than before.
Oh yeah, look at him. But I mean, like it's just like, you know, a guy who's trying his best to get his spell lifted off of him. You know, because, like, you know, by having Belle there, she was the one that saved him, because she was the one that had him see the inner good in himself, and which helped break the curse in the end. But you know, I liked Belle's character. I felt that she was sort of like, not sort of like your average nice girl who's always, you know, like a real preppy girl. I mean, because, you know, she does stand up for herself in the movie. I like the part where he saves Belle, all those wolves, and he, like, you know, he like has the wolf and he's like, nah. But I mean, you know.
And this is my question about Belle. What did Belle want in this movie?
What did she want?
Yeah. What was her
motivation?
Huh?
Motivation?
Yeah. What did she want? Anything? No, and this is my point. This is the point I'm making. I think Belle in this entire movie was the only one who really didn't want anything. She's that ultimate good character who just kind of accepts what she has. She has fun by reading the book. She's a very smart girl. She's, you know, she enjoys the simple things in life. You know.
I guess if by reading all those books, she just wondered, you know, I guess she wanted to be like that. Her characters in her books, or more intelligence because she loves reading the books. But
this is what I'm saying. She wanted normal things. There was nothing. There was nothing that stood out about Belle that said she didn't say she wanted love or, you know, all Belle wanted was some very simple things. She probably wanted her father to be taken care of. She probably, you know, didn't care for too many things. That's the point of, you know, of Belle, and that's what I like about her in the movie. This is the first time we ever had a main character of a movie not want anything, but she affected the people that she was around by being the way she was. She affected the beast.
Because they thought it was so confusing when they were just like, oh my God, why is she reading those books so much? What is her problem?
And also, she wasn't, you know, because if Gaston had come around, you know, Snow White or Cinderella or any of these other whores, they probably would have wet their panties. They probably would have had a field day with this guy and probably would have given him all the attention that he wanted.
Maybe.
You know, but Belle, she was different. That's why Gaston, he didn't do anything for her. She didn't want what he had to offer. His muscles wasn't going to pay her bills.
That's true. She doesn't have any bills.
How do you know? She lives in a freaking wood house.
But I mean,
her father's a crazy person.
Where her father's a madman. Now I don't. Her father's some sort of mad, evil. He's not evil. He's a really good-hearted guy. It's just, you know, I love how in that movie, like, he says the thing. Wait, I'm gonna go to that part later. But I mean, I guess she doesn't really want anything. But you know, the Beast. I love the Beast. He even though he is like your really evil anti-hero guy, I love him. And he's really cool. And first off, he's epic because like look at the dude. I mean, like if that was like a power or something, people say this all the time. I'd have that power, turn into the Beast. I'd scare the living crap out of people. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, the Beast, I felt that he was not a horrible guy. I mean, because you know, not too soon into the movie, like the middle part of the movie, you see him start turning good, and you know, you see him like he was like, oh, I never felt this way about anyone. You know what I'm saying?
But you know,
I love that.
The Beast, there's nothing evil about him. You know, he's kind of under a rock and he's locked away. And he has a reason to be because people would be scared of him, and he doesn't want anyone to see him. You know, and but he's kind of locked himself away from society. And he prefers it that way, you know. Anybody that comes up, he scares them. Why? Not because he's evil, but because he truly doesn't want anybody around. He's ashamed of himself. And probably mostly because he's a very shallow guy. You know? Really shallow. He only cared about his looks, and now that those are all gone, I felt like he maybe felt like he had nothing left in the world, you know. And which makes you feel like,
because he freaking ripped his picture up. So you know, but one thing I love in that movie when they like Belle finds her dad in there. I love when he's like, because this is the thing that like makes a good character. Like, you know, shows that they're like really good character. But he wasn't the main character though. But he looks at Belle. He's like the words that, you know, he's like, Belle, don't do this. Please don't. You don't understand. I lived my life. Which is deep.
Yeah, you know, and if I had been Belle in that situation, and
I would have said, you're on your own.
You know, if I was Evan Bell and my dad was like 90 years old and was like, oh, okay, let's say he was like 80, and he was like, Bell, I live my life. I'd have been like, you know what? That is good logic. I'm out of here.
You know, because that's
I'll bring you a sandwich.
I'll bring you a sandwich.
But yeah, you know, but no, but in all honesty, the movie's good from start to end. It's a true love story. Again, it's one of those stories about being shallow to the fullest, because the Beast versus Gaston, first of all, from the beginning, she has no interest in Gaston whatsoever. Like, not even a little tinker. And she really,
I mean, she even said it. She's like, "Aw, Papa, he isn't the one for me." She even says it.
You know, but she does become more interested in the Beast, and the Beast ends up getting her in the end as the Beast. Now that's the most serious pimp game of all time.
And that means something, because not only was he not a good-looking guy, but that shows that even when Gaston was a good-looking guy, he is an a-hole. But Beast looks like an a-hole.
Good movie,
but I mean, you know,
good music, great voice cast,
and
great.
The guys, Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, the guys who made music for Little Shop of Horrors.
They made the music.
Yeah, nice. Which was awesome music. Love that music. And you know, they made music for Little Mermaid and you know, Beauty and the Beast, which was awesome. Love the music on Beauty and the Beast. And you had next one is Aladdin.